Hello students, in this mock test discussion, starting from the test 53 onwards, you know that in this selective discussion only those reactions are covered which are generally not covered as per regular NCERT syllabus, because in quick revision videos only NCERT based reactions are covered, along with somewhere important reactions are there which are only mentioned, but in the Abhyas app new reactions like not covered as per NCERT they are given, and that's why in selective discussion I am discussing them. ठीक है, स्टार्ट करें. स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम द क्वेश्चन नंबर 1. In mono keto compound which form is more stable, whether it is keto form or enol form? So in tautomerism already that is covered. Suppose I write acetaldehyde, on tautomerism it becomes CH2 double bond CH and OH. Now that topic already covered in tautomerism. You can see the particular part covered in tautomerism. Monocarbonyl compound, in monocarbonyl compound which is more stable? Keto form is more stable. Why? Because in keto form there is C double bond O, which is thermodynamically more stable and resonance stabilized as compared to C double bond C. It is one thing. Otherwise by bond energy values also we can compare that in this case we have C double bond O, right? In this case after the bond is cleaved it becomes C double bond C. So in this case C single bond O is there, in this case C double bond O is there, their OH is formed, their CH bond is present. So when bond energy parameters are considered, that also comes in favor of C double bond O, that is for monocarbonyl compound keto form generally more stable than enol form. So go by the options, you will get the answer. Then second one is this compound is given which is regular reaction of NCERT, but it is important. Why? Because it is a particular name reaction. You can try that part, pause this video, try it and then check your answer. This is HVZ reaction, right? HVZ, Br2 or Cl2 with red phosphorus. In this case alpha halogenation takes place. That means after this reaction it is formed, and then after alcoholic KOH dehydrohalogenation reaction minus HX and it forms CH2 double bond CHCOOH. ठीक है. Next question is firstly information, that is it is a Birch reduction in benzene or aromatic compound. Although you know that in alkenes this topic is covered, Birch reduction already, that if we want to prepare trans alkene from alkyne, and that too from internal alkyne to trans alkene, we use Birch reduction, that is Na in liquid ammonia or lithium in liquid ammonia. But here this reaction is with benzene. So firstly benzene, after Na in liquid ammonia, then ethanol or lithium in liquid ammonia, it gives isolated diene like this one. Okay, how it is formed? It is mentioning its mechanism. Firstly this bond shifts there. Okay, it shifts there, minus charge, and Na donates electron. Here it becomes free radical. Okay, minus charge there, here Na is giving the electron. Then NH3 gives H there, it forms, and then what happens? It delocalizes like this. There you get minus charge. Okay, this minus will take H from the ammonia. Done. And then radical is still present here. Radical is there. Then sodium again gives electron. Okay, and it forms minus charge. H already present, so no need to mention it again. And this minus will take H and we get isolated diene in this from benzene. So firstly, in short, benzene 2 we are getting isolated diene. It is not cumulated. Why? Because not in conjugation. Now this is the general mechanism for benzene to this compound with Birch reduction. Now another key point is, if we have electron withdrawing group, then how to remember it? For electron withdrawing group if present, then it should be found at sp3 hybridized carbon. Like we know that this will convert into this one, so firstly convert it into this one. Okay. Now electron withdrawing group means if EWG is present here, negative charge will be stabilized or not? Yes. So if EWG group is mentioned, so put it in such a way that it should be on sp3 carbon. Now tell me which are sp3 carbons. These are, so you can mention EWG group should be there. right? Similarly, if electron releasing group is there, then electron releasing group will destabilize the minus charge. So it should be on the sp2 carbon. It should be on sp2 carbon. That means make it like this, and these are sp2 carbons, any of them you can write ERG. Okay? Getting it? So that is the way we can write the product. Understand firstly general one, and then remember electron withdrawing group should be at sp3 carbon, ERG at sp2. Now if I write here, in this case, if I give you this example, that is here OCH3. Now this is electron releasing group. You all know OCH3 plus I'm dominating. So we can mention OCH3 like this. It should be on sp3 carbon. Then among these options given, you can easily identify which is correct one. Okay, yes, that is the answer given. You can check the when you solve the paper, you will get that one also. So clear hai, that is about burst reduction, and these are the two key points. In next question, it is propyne and propene can be distinguished by which test? Options given, but I think no need to give you option. You can easily find out. Answer this question and then check. Second question is, in among these compounds where net dipole moment is not equal to 0. Okay, pause this video, try these questions. I'm answering fourth one. Propyne, which is terminal alkyne, and propene, which is normally alkene. We can distinguish them by that propyne gives Tollens reagent test positive, that is black PPT or silver precipitate, and it can also give ammonical cuprous chloride test. ठीक है, चेक कर लेना एक बार इसको. Ammonical cuprous chloride test, it will be given by this terminal alkyne, right? This is covered in which topic? In the practical organic chemistry POC video, all the tests are covered. Then fifth, mu not equal to 0. First one, Cl here, lone pairs are there, doesn't matter. Bond moment will be towards more electronegative atom, cancelled. Cn is linear atom. Why? Because carbon is sp hybridized. So in short, we can write it like this: Cn, nitrogen there, triple bond, it will be towards this, same way it is downwards, cancelled out, 0. But here OH is actually slightly bent structure. Why? Because of lone pair structure available. Same way there, net dipole will not be cancelled. So we can say this will be net dipole remains there. Same goes for SH, below also same, above also like this. So net dipole will not be cancelled. We cannot say it is exactly cancelled. So where it is not equal to 0, third and fourth, because that is not linear structure, it is bent shape structure. Maybe in chemical bonding you do this part. The next question is, this is the structure given. What is the relationship between HCH group and HNH group? HNH and CHC. Okay, sorry, HCH. Now in this case, if you remember, same case is done in the optical isomerism or in geometrical with the case that in allenes, if even numbered allenes are there, then terminal groups are in different plane. That means they are perpendicular to each other. And if they are odd number allene, then terminal groups are in same plane. So that trick, that short method will be working for this question. And you see the options, you will clearly understand that it is given in the form of plane, same plane, different plane. So you can use that point that here, if firstly it is even numbered alkane, so if you write here in the plane I, here mention out of the plane, then on the other double bond in the plane, then there out of the plane, one is in the plane, one is out of the plane, that means they are perpendicular to each other. So check and go by the answer given. Next question is, which doesn't hydrolyze? Among these options, which will not undergo hydrolysis. So you know, very easy question it is. What is that question? It is vinyl chloride. We know that C double bond C, that is CH2 vinyl group, and here is Cl. Due to resonance stabilization, there exists partial double bond character. So this bond will not be cleaved easily, whereas in other two options and third option also which is given, it will be easily cleaved. So it undergoes SN2 reactions, SN1 some products, but this will not undergo hydrolysis. Same way aryl halides or aryl chlorides, they also do not participate in such type of hydrolysis reaction. Next question is, among them, which alkene is most reactive towards catalytic hydrogenation? Remember catalytic hydrogenation, H2 palladium, H2 nickel or H2 platinum. In that metal surface, on the metal surface, adsorption takes place. Alkene also gets adsorbed, H2 also, and finally H adds from the same side, that is syn addition. Now using that point, 2 points are there. Firstly, it is inversely proportional to the steric hindrance. More is the steric hindrance, slower will be the rate of hydrogenation. First thing, by using that one you can eliminate that. Here 3 R groups, eliminate that one. Done. Now second and first both contains 2 R groups. Now check here, when the both carbons, here R groups are present, right? In this carbon, on one carbon R, on other carbon R, but here one side is free, which is almost HH present. So because of that particular mechanism, we know that in this case adsorption takes place and H will add from the same side. So in this case carbon still contains both R group. Maybe below here H will add or above it will adsorb with the metal surface. Where it will be easier? It is easier in this part. Why? This phase will be available better because opposite side is with R, but here hydrogen is present. Here only hydrogen is present. So easily it will adsorb on the metal surface. So go for which option? Second option, because their rate of hydrogenation will be faster as compared to first one, right? In next question it is propionic acid given with Br2 and phosphorus. Question given data is dibromo product is formed, find the structure. Now from the options you can easily find out that you have to select only dibromo product formation. This is which reaction? Already in the first section of this test we have done that. From I think first question it was same reaction, but it is HVZ where we talk about alpha halogenation. So dibromo means in HVZ one by one, if we write further reagent, then it will form another bromo product. That means all the alpha hydrogens can participate in this reaction. So that is the information given, dibromo formed. So only which will participate? Both alpha hydrogens. That means here 2 hydrogens, and only option which you will select is alpha position both. We are not adjacent, it is geminal formed. Okay, so it is a part of directly from the HVZ. Next question is basic strength order among them. Answer this question, try it, and then listen to the answer which I am mentioning. It is along the period trend. Along the period trend from left to right, electronegativity increases and basic strength decreases. So CH3 minus maximum, then N, then O, least basic will be F minus. Directly this is covered in the quick revision videos of the GOC. In notes also it is covered. Next question is slightly different. Why slightly different? Although answer you can give easily, that it is triple bond which is R2 with borane. It is actually dialkyl borane, or we can say it is just like hydroboration oxidation. Although in hydroboration oxidation in last test discussion 51-52, there I have mentioned the mechanism also of the hydroboration oxidation. So in that part R2BH we have not taken. Why? Because mostly we use B2H6 or BH3. But in case of alkyne, what happens? We can write the product with that one also, but there are some modifications possible, like we can take R2BH. Why? Because in alkyne, when first mole of borane attacks, it forms H and BH2. You can see that mechanism I have mentioned in the last test. Then still double bond remains because it is a triple bond. So borane will attack and it forms H there and boron BH2 there. Then what is the other possibility? That second mole also attacks on the same carbon and we get two BH2 group on the same carbon. So this will not result actually into the final product formation. That is why other reagent which is possible is R2BH, which is slightly bulky group. So when one mole add on the triple bond and then it goes up to double bond, further addition does not takes place, and therefore finally after H2O2 OH minus, same mechanism, OH will substitute it and then we get enol gets converted to keto form. So this is only a form of hydroboration oxidation. Only difference is Here we have taken iso, it is some name is disimyl borane. Disimyl borane, if we take here the isopropyl group, but here it is not mentioning, it is mentioning only alkyl. So due to bulky nature, it is more favorable as compared to borane used or diborane used in normal hydroboration oxidation. So use the same concept that here between these two carbons, this is CH2, this is C triple bond C, and then methyl, which is sterically more hindered, this is sterically more hindered. So on this carbon BH2 or this compound will attack, and then on the same carbon which will be there OH, and there is double bond. After enol formation, it undergoes tautomerism and it forms like CH2C double bond OCH3. So you can try this question just like hydroboration oxidation. The only information I want to give you this, that this is disimyl borane form, borane taken in place of BH3, more favorable as compared to BH3. Question number 12 is, Grignard reagent reacted with compound X and after hydrolysis gives tertiary alcohol. We have to find what is X. This reaction, if you remember, is covered in which topic? In alcohols, I have mentioned reaction of Grignard reagent with carbonyl compounds to prepare alcohol. Same it is basically, but we have to find here only which carbonyl compound it is. So tell me one thing, pH here is attacking on the carbonyl compound. And one more information, if you remember, ketones give tertiary alcohol. HCHO gives primary alcohol. RCHO, normal aldehyde, gives secondary alcohol. Ketone give tertiary alcohol. That means you will consider only keto options. So in this case, 1 pH minus will attack on the carbonyl carbon like this, and this group remains as it is. So there should be 1 pH and remaining 2 groups, but here all are pH. That means both side already pH has to be there. So the structure of X should be benzophenone, right? This should be pH C double bond OPH. Among these options, you can also try one by one checking the option, or logically also you can get directly. pH will attack there. O minus form after hydrolysis, after H plus H2O, it forms which part? It forms this compound tertiary alcohol. Next is among these two structures, remaining two I am not writing because they are not following the name, which is S, 4-chloro 1-methyl cyclohexene. So it is also 4-chloro, it is also 4-chloro. Remaining two options are 3-chloro, so I am not considering it. When you solve the test, you can also eliminate them. So here we have to find which is S. So firstly, if I try with that question, which one? Second option if I try. You have to find S 4-chloro. Although 1, 2, 3, 4, both are 4-chloro. You have to find which is correctly S actually. So in this case, you can go for numbering first. We know here that H has to be there. We suppose H is like this. Okay, it is dash, H will be on wedge. Other groups as it is. First for the Cl, second, we can think about them. Now here double bond, here single bond, that means it is second priority. This becomes third priority, this side, and it is fourth. Now remember, in RS configuration, we have done both examples in wedge dash, that in wedge dash, lowest priority group should be on dash. If it is not there, then by even exchange, we will put it on dash. So how? Here on the dash, it is first priority. Change it with 4. Here 4 becomes 1, and then remaining other also we have to change. If you do not remember, revise that concept and then try this question. Now this is 1, 2, 3. The clockwise rotation makes it R. So it is R, not S. Okay, eliminate that option. Next option, ultimately you can easily get when you do the numbering. Cl here 1. This is 2, this is 3. Priority as per which rule? CIP rule. If you do not remember, you can simply leave it and revise that concept. Okay. So here 1, 2, 3 and lowest priority already on dash. No need to change anything. Clockwise, it is anti-clockwise rotation and it is S. So answer should be this structure. Okay. Next question is similar to previous question which was given with Grignard reagent, that a compound P, any compound P, we have to find basically P. You can try this question after listening to the information. P after dichromate gives compound, forms a compound which after reacting with Grignard reagent and then H plus gives tertiary alcohol. That is the information. Try this question. I'm explaining it. Now we know that after Grignard, it is forming a tertiary alcohol. Most probably we can think directly of the ketone, right? That is the practice part, that when you practice NCERT and notes, you can easily relate the concept. Tertiary alcohol, it means it should be ketone. And how we can guess it? Because dichromate means oxidation takes place. Now Grignard here is CH3R. One CH3 attacks, but remaining two CH3 is originally present in ketone. That means it must be acetone, right? And then the structure of P should be what? That after oxidation, if it is forming acetone, that means the P structure should be isopropyl alcohol most probably. And when you go by the options, then you can easily consider yes, isopropyl alcohol when undergoes oxidation with dichromate or H2CrO4 or KMnO4, it forms acetone, and then acetone with this reaction gives tertiary butyl alcohol as the final product. Next question is correct match purification topic. Yes, this question is already covered in detail in mock test 6 discussion. Mock test 6 in the Abhyas app, it is 12 number. Maybe in the numbering you will get something different. But yes, at least again go through that one, because it is from purification topic, which is generally skipped by the students. So that time I have discussed this concept in detail. This concept means this question I have explained in detail. Next question is C5H10O compound. It is A. Formula given C5H10O. It gives phenyl hydrazone. That indicates it's the carbonyl compound, right? We have to find structure of A in short. You can read that information, try it. C5H10A, H10 gives phenyl hydrazone. It gives negative tolerance reagent test. It gives positive iodoform test. On reduction, it gives N-pentane. Find A. Okay? Try it. I am answering this question. This information is indicating that phenyl hydrazone is formed. That means it is containing carbonyl group. That is the first indication. Second is that we can use negative tolerance reagent test, means it is not aldehyde. It must be ketone. Now which ketone? Methyl ketone. Why? It is giving iodoform test positive. So it means that part we can make clear. It should be at least that part. At least that one. Now other part may be branched or maybe not. This information is helpful, that after reduction of this compound, that means carbonyl compound, it gives N-pentane. That means it is clear it must be a straight chain of carbon where C double bond O is present, and that C double bond O is at second position. Why? Because this compound then gives iodoform test. So we can easily find out the structure of the compound should be this one, 1 2 3 4 5. That's it. Okay. Then try next question is PHCHO NaOD deuterium and D2O. Write down the answer, then I'll explain. Okay. Now answer will be as per Cannizzaro reaction. In one of the mock tests I have already explained mechanism of Cannizzaro, so same I will use here. That PHCHO, how many moles taken? 2. One will be oxidized to PHCOO minus Na plus, and other will be reduced. But remember through the mechanism. If you remember it, fine. Otherwise, rather I'll explain. You can try listening to that mechanism, or from the notes you can also get the mechanism. That here when PHCOD attacks here, it is like this. This H after attack of OD, this H minus migrates. Hydride migration is there. So after that it forms PHCH2O minus, and then it takes deuterium from carboxylic acid. So final product should be this one. It is from Cannizzaro. Not getting it? Understand the mechanism again and try this question. That is the part you should do right now. Then 18th question, presence of halogen in the organic compound is detected by. Now here this concept already covered, or this type, or maybe same question is there, I don't remember, but it in mock test I have covered it. That among them iodoform we never use for that, tolerance reagent not for that, Millen's test is for proteins, only Bilstein's test we use for halogen. So you can see that one in any mock test. I have covered it with some proper mentioning where it is not applicable, where it is applicable. Next question is this one, basically alcohol, ethanol with ammonia passed over heated alumina, the product formed is. That is the actually question, but some information I am giving before that is when vapors of mixture of alcohol and ammonia are passed over heated alumina Al2O3 or thorium oxide THO2 at particular temperature 630 Kelvin, a mixture of amines is formed as the product. Reaction mentioned here, alcohol with ammonia Al2O3 or THO2 at this temperature and H2O taken. It is given, that means simply water will eliminate and it forms RNH2 primary amine. Then further alcohol is present, it will further remove water. Second, R2NH formed. Then again alcohol minus H2O, that means here H, there OH, this will be finally attacking again and again. So in short, we get tertiary amine, secondary amine, primary amine. Mixture of amines formed as the product. But if we want to get primary amine in good yield, then we take excess of ammonia. Okay, that is the story behind this reaction. Then in the app, this question is given, ethanol plus ammonia passed over this and that. You have to find what is the product form. Now by knowing this information, you can easily say that when they will react, we get mixture of amines, or first option not possible, second option clearly possible, third option not possible, fourth option not possible. So that is somewhat different reaction, not covered in NCERT also. In the mock test, in these tests, some questions are given which are repeated of the mock test, previous mock test. So these I am not touching at all, although they may be somewhat good, but that are covered once or twice already. So better if you have seen a previous mock test, it will be helpful that you can also eliminate those questions. Okay, thank you.